Ladies and gentlemen, this is Show versus Business. D23 happened, and we've got to talk about it in 2026 because we don't know what the hell Disney is up to, and we don't know what they're going to do in the future if they want to keep these big sacks of money rolling in. So maybe D23 will give us a little bit of insight into that. Theo, what do you think?
I agree, man. If you don't know, D23 is the ultimate Disney fan event. It's been around for a while now. I don't know when, but it's always been talked about. And it always comes right after Comic-Con. So it's kind of like with Marvel, Pixar, and everyone, well, Marvel and Star Wars kind of under Disney brand. It's kind of like they put a little piece out there, little red meat for the true faithful over at Comic-Con, but they hold the goods for D23, right? So it's kind of like we kind of have to watch both, I guess. So anyway, it's been around for a minute, and so this is where they kind of announced all some interesting things in the Marvel world as well as in the Star Wars world. So we'll probably cover the Marvel world this time, maybe with Star Wars another time. But yeah, man, D23, yeah. Look, they got a new CEO, Josh Damaro. Sorry, let me get that. Is it D'Amaro or Damaro? I think it's D'Amaro. And yeah, D'Amaro. So he is the new, so we got out of the Bobs. We had Bob 1, Bob 2, then Bob 1. Now we got Josh. So there it is. I'm waiting for the day we get a Raheem or LaQuisha.
Bob 1 came back sipping on a mimosa like, all right, I ain't gonna be here too long.
Hey,
but,
man, look, there's some drama here, man. Let's get into the tea real quick.
Okay.
Bob 1 is out here buying the Lakers, man. I don't know if you saw that, but he got with one of the Kushner brothers and put down $12.5 billion to get the Lakers, man, a story franchise that was sold recently for $10 billion. So it got flipped like a house in like 9 months. So over here, so guess what? Your boy Iger, he gonna be all right. He gonna be at the court side living his life. And then the old Bob 2, he out here got a new book coming out, smashing with all the things that went behind the scenes with Bob 1, talking about behind the castle. So, and that's coming out in the fall. So yeah, Bob 1, Bob 2, they ain't going away anytime soon. So Josh, hold the fort, bruh. Hold the fort.
So now I'm wondering what kind of, this is a total side quest, but I'm wondering what kind of money games are being played with sports, ESPN, Disney, if there's any, kind of, well, hey, I'm going to be having this, so maybe we can get some action with ESPN and, just a little, there's always something going on. It's never straightforward. I just bought the Lakers.
Well, I mean, especially with that much money, man, sports teams shouldn't be bought for, I think the highest at that point was maybe $8 billion for the Celtics. Mm-hmm. And then Manchester, was it Manchester United or it was another big football team? They got bought for $8 billion. But they've been, I mean, like it's been the Clippers got only bought for $2 billion. That's Steve Ballmer, who used to be CEO of Microsoft. So that was only 7, 8 years ago. So it goes to show you that because think about sports. We don't talk about as much. I think we talked about the Knicks one time on this channel, but sports is probably the last bastion of entertainment, that monolithic entertainment. I mean, it's like, a lot of folks watch it. And with the proliferation of youth sports because of NIL money, name, image, and likeness money, as well as gambling. I mean, we did a whole, show on that one time. Go check that out. Maybe James can put that up in the corner here. People can click on that. But yeah, man. So I think sports is just like out here. So that's why these things are going up. So yeah, man, it's huge business, huge money.
Wait a minute.
So Josh, so he had a big, so big shoes to fill. So he had this quote here. Let's share the screen here. So guys, we're going to share the news and notes from D23. So sometimes we do that, guys. Sometimes we share screens. Sometimes we share trailers. So we like to share trailers on screens sometimes because guess what? YouTube don't get us as much. Copyright issues don't come up as much. So yeah, Josh Damaro said, open the old showcase. So I think what you do from a business standpoint, this was the interesting thing, intriguing thing. He said right now, nearly 500,000 people are in our parks and our cruise ships. That's 500,000 people pretty much every day at one of the theme parks. That's a lot of people. Mr. Benja. That's a lot of money.
Someone right now is seeing The Lion King on Broadway for the very first time. Good point.
Yes. I'm just talking about the money. 500,000 people. Think about that. If 500,000 people showed up for anything,
Yeah.
I mean, at $10 a buck, $10 a buck, that's $1 billion. That's, 1.5 billion. So it's like, man, it's like folks out here making money, man. So Disney is out here, saying, hey, don't sleep on us, man. We got people basically inside live experiences, not AI slot, but live experiences that we can sell to at any moment.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
So check this out. There's this really I don't want to say poor, but they're financially, struggling family that I see in the grocery store, right?
Mhm.
And there's some cool people. I know them, and I just run into them at the grocery store. And we're always talking. I forgot why I started talking to them. I think one of the kids had on a Marvel shirt and we started talking or whatever. Anyway, I run into them because we have similar schedules, I guess. Anyway, one day they were talking about Disney and I caught them in there and they're like, yeah, we just got back from Disney and da 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 da. And I talked to the mom and it was like, yeah, we ain't got nothing. I spent years trying to get that Disney trip planned and worked out and saved for it. And I was just like, magic's just still there, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a movie. I forgot what it's called, but he talked about that where it's just the outside of Disney here in at least Orlando. I don't know what it's like in Anaheim there, but outside Disney World, there's a like underbelly of just seediness, with things that are going on. So, yeah, man. So these parks and cruises and stuff are like everything that people want and more. So it's one of those things that I think everybody's just like. Sure, man. I don't know what happened, guys. Oh, there it is. So I think, Disney is running things. And then also Grace from Beyond the Trailer, shout out to Grace. She said something along the lines of like, hey, Josh Damalo said he's a fan too. He knows what it's like because he's a fan also. So there you go. I guess we finally have a fan as a CEO of Disney. So I think that's what we're supposed to take away from that. But anyway, let's get into these announcements here. So
you want to just hit a select bullet point as you go on and just kind of plow through them?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, guys, these are the Disney live action ones. We're not going to talk about these too much. I mean, Lilo and Stitch, that was a given. The first one made $1 billion. Bluey, that's a given. Because guess what? Bluey's the top rated. If you've ever watched those streaming shows, the top streaming show is always Bluey. It's just basically it's a babysitter. If you don't know, Bluey is a child show about a blue dog.
And now the kids it's perfect timing.
Yeah. So anyway, Anne Hathaway's bringing back, I guess they don't say it here on this one, but she's bringing back Princess Diaries 3. Sure, why not? Okay. Yeah, that's why Tangled. Yeah, Tangled is coming back in the live action version of it. Yeah.
It'd be funny. Tangled would be if somebody just wanted to start up some drama, and I wonder if there's like a drama room where someone says, all right, we need to drum up some drama. If Tangled had a black lead.
I figured you were going to say that.
If Tangled had a black lead, there would be some discussions.
Tangled, yeah.
And there would be some drama.
I mean, there's been a show called Nappily Ever After, so yeah, you can watch that. But there's also, and there was another show called The Other Black Girl, which was literally about hair as well. So yeah, I mean, 2020 was 2020, literally the year, greenlit a lot of stuff that was black coded. So yeah, we saw some amazing stuff that kind of went away lately, but for other reasons, political reasons. But yeah, so yeah, Tangled, it could have been, to your point, a different type of movie. But anyway, getting on. So Pixar, Incredibles 3, Coco 2, movies that made billions of dollars. So sure, it makes sense to do that. But they have some new movies coming out. So we'll see how they do as well. From Ghost Market, I thought this is interesting. They says it's a brand new original set at a plate lunch shop in North Shore, which is Ohio. Oahu. I guess that's one of the beaches of Hawaii. But I was told that is also a movie about an influencer, a YouTube influencer. So yeah, we got our first YouTube character influencer. I don't know what's his animal going to be. Little pixie at the corner, you know. What's it gonna be? What's gonna be his little animal? You know how all the main characters always have some little cute animal that follows them around when they do something. So what's the internet's version of that? I guess for a sidekick. Your phone, his phone's gonna have eyes on it. It's gonna talk.
You know,
you need to put me down. Talk to your mom. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. So that's supposed to be about a YouTube influencer. All right, so let's get into it. So Marvel Studios announced. Oops, what's my computer slow? Oh, I don't want to reveal everything. It's down at the bottom. It announced Vision Quest. So I think they filmed that already. So it was just a matter of time. They're calling this the conclusive trilogy between WandaVision and Agatha all along. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But WandaVision was great. You know, I think we were super excited about that one when that came out. And then Loki as well. So
wait, what do you mean it was great?
Didn't we like it? Did you? The first 2 episodes we thought was interesting. They were trying to go through the versions of TV history in its own way.
I thought it was interesting. Then I didn't like it. Then I was like, you went too far with this silliness. And then a little time passed, and I was like, you know what? I give it grace for what they were trying to do. Okay, whatever. And I still really didn't like it, but I gave them more props for what they were trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I just wanted to clear that up. I never got around to saying like, "Oh, WandaVision."
But I like it. Yeah, it has moments. Agatha all along, I mean, I don't think a lot of people saw that. I think the energy had went out the room of Marvel TV at that time. Actually, a pretty decent show. I mean, I saw it. You know, came around Halloween last year or 2 years ago. You know, I think it had some good movies. So the third in this trilogy is Vision.
Once again, hold on. I didn't like Agatha all along.
Oh, you watched it too?
Yeah, I watched it.
Dude, man, how'd you not like that? I mean, it was a little satanic here and there. Just
no,
a little bit of a satanic piece in there.
Oh, geez.
But
I'm a fan. I was a fan of Sabrina the Teenage, Demon Witch, and that was.
I didn't watch any of that. Yeah, I didn't watch any of that.
That actually made me uncomfortable. I was like, oh Lord.
Yeah, I know. I didn't watch any of that. You watched some of it? I didn't watch any of it.
I watched that one. When you talk about demonic stuff and it like penetrating into real life,
yeah.
I was like, yo, kids watching this might get a little, this is pushing it. Yeah. I really got
when they went after the fact. Yeah, when they went after the fact that I guess her aunts were like literally like brides or whatever of Satan. I was like, okay, they're going there. Sometimes they kind of skirt around that issue with witches, but they were like, nah, this is real. I said, all right, I'm out. Even though it's got one of my favorite actresses. I love her, Jazz Sinclair, but I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, they did no, I mean they had like they had an orgy at one point.
Yeah.
In the show, and it was kind of like, yes, demonic, but you're setting yourself free, and I'm like, what are you saying? Yeah, how is this working? And it was just creepy all along because because there's witchcraft going on. So I'm like, are they saying something about consent and this person got hypnotized into doing this, but it's okay because they're a good witch? It was really interesting.
So we gotta unpack this a little bit. So because I thought it was decent, man. So the time story. Yeah, the time story. Remember the character that was always saying crazy things, and you find out in the second to last episode why she was basically time jumping, and I thought that was interesting. I kind of sensed that a little bit. That's what they were, because she would just say stuff randomly out of the blue. I said, there must be something else going on here, and they're going to reveal it. And sure enough, that got revealed. And I thought she was basically in the time loop, right? And, jumping back and forth in time. And you didn't think that was cool?
Yeah, that was cool.
Okay. What about the whole issue with the song and everything? What that really was? It really was just a plaything for a son. And I'll be honest with you, I got a little emotional when I guess the death took the little son at the end, and then that she was so sad that that's when she started to build this story up about the witch's road, and that became how she see man, I watched the show, so that's
Yeah,
how
I
she
remember
became.
that.
So wasn't that kind of touching?
It was interesting. The whole thing was set on a plate of like the old Hocus Pocus films,
Yeah.
and I was kind of like, that's not the plate I want you to serve me. And
Okay.
from that, it just felt like a Disney witch movie, and
Yeah.
I don't know, was it successful?
I think critics liked it because it like I said, there was some interesting points in there, and they did some different things, but it was
Yeah,
it didn't get a lot of attention because we were kind of done with streaming shows at that Disney shows at that point. But
hmm,
anyway, so Vision Quest is coming out. Looks like they're bringing James Spader back in, who played the voice of Ultron. So maybe we'll do a trailer. There's a trailer out there for that. So looks like they're playing human avatars as opposed to save on the IT budget, I guess. You
yeah,
don't have to have a vision, and also Paul Bettany, who played. Let's be real. He's been around. He's the OG of the Marvel universe. This actor. You know
yeah.
why?
Why is
You
that?
know why? He played Jarvis in the first
Right.
Iron
Oh
Man.
yeah, yeah. That is true.
And so Jarvis became Ultron, not Ultron, but Vision, because that was
Hmm.
part of Tony Stark's original AI, and then he went all female AI after that. But so yeah, it's yeah. So anyway, Paul Bettany been around, man, on these Marvel world, and so there he is. So anyway, so yeah, this is sure it's going to continue the story, and we'll see. But the rumor is, Mr. Benja, and we can get into it a little bit, is that they're stopping, with Wonder Man's cancellation. And I guess some of the other movies that the TV shows they had talked about, like Nova Corps and some other stuff, Benito. So this may be it for Marvel TV, man. After um, unless they're like a little bit. I take that lie back. This and Daredevil season 3. They're gonna do Daredevil season 3. Come back. So yeah, man. I don't know, man. I think we'll see. I think they may still do it, but maybe like one shots because I think they said that Punisher one shot did pretty decent. Um, so anyway, this is from Ryan Airy and the team at Screen Crush. They did a kind of breakdown of like what's happening with streaming TV shows and the business understanding of like instead of selling time, they're trying to sell shows that can bring new viewers, right, to these streaming shows. And it's like it doesn't make sense to have a third or fourth season if you're not gonna bring no new viewers, right, to the channel. So that's what they're talking about on it.
Does that say anything to the churn problem though?
The churn problem exists, but I think it can exacerbate it because they're not really focused on the people who are going to do something for the long term. So I think what's happening is you can definitely see people or see folks not signing up new. Now, you're right, could slow churn, but everybody's may not because they need to be more broad. I mean, look at Netflix. I don't know what their churn. I gotta assume it's record lows because why? They have so many different kind of content. They go into live sports now and stuff. So if you have more content, variety in that content, then you should have less churn. So that's why Disney, has Hulu now, has other stuff on there because they know. Look, Mr. Benja may like Agatha all along, but he also likes the occasional anime, Crunchyroll every now and then. So put some stuff up there I want to see, or I'm churning out this biatch. I'm the one that keeps it for ungodly reasons because there's one show I gotta wait around the Star Trek comes out every year on Paramount Plus or the Lioness, but then I'm have Paramount Plus for like God knows how long.
No, I'm done with that Vision Quest Agatha all along. I'm like, I'll check out Vision Quest. See, it's funny. They're trying to play it as a trilogy, but it's like three loosely connected tales. And I think the idea of having these little tales that they tell is hard. They're confusing people with what they're doing. they're like, hey, WandaVision season 2. You mean Agatha all along? And it's like, the whole idea of a season 2, they need to. I don't think they pushed hard enough to get rid of that concept of this is a season model. This, you know what I mean? The one shots are closer to the idea of, hey, this is a special presentation. This is a one shot. This is going to be an 8-episode story arc. It's not like we're planning on 4 or 5 seasons out. So I think that's a lot of that's just messaging.
Yeah. So we'll see. Going to be interesting days. So let's get into the big news that came out of this, Mr. Benja. So we're going to have a new X-Men cast.
The untitled X-Men film revealed its cast.
If you didn't know, Sadie Sink, hint, 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 showed up in a small little movie recently as Jean Grey. And so that was a hint that we were going to get a whole new cast for X-Men. And so once that character got announced and shown, everybody gasped visibly in the audience. You know, it's like, oh, you know what that means? So now, you know, they announced at D23. Go ahead.
No, I'm just laughing because of the way you said it. You know what that means?
Well, you know, you can't just, you know, it's like roaches. You have one X-Men. You have way more somewhere else.
They treat them like roaches, man. That's true.
I mean, the thing with X-Men is like they're not a monolith, right? They kind of are, but it's like there's so many of them, right?
Yes.
And people and creators love X-Men, right? Characters, why? Because they can do what? They can create their own and have a chance to create another Wolverine or you know, what is another character that popped? Beast or something or Nightcrawler, right? Some character that was, you know, some random, you know, or Chamber. What's the ones you like, man, from what's that? Generation X. What are the ones you liked? Chamber.
Oh, yeah.
And
I thought that was a interesting little run there they had with the Generation X guys.
Yeah, so it's like, but the thing is, like, you could make an X-Men, you know, sitting on the toilet somewhere. Oh, I got an X-Men concept for you. You got the OGs, right? You know, Professor X, Magneto. I mean, Bishop, man, became a big thing in the 90s for us because of the Days of Future Past, right? Where he showed up with a big old M on his eye.
Quick question. Geek Ledger's showed up here. How you doing? Interesting question. And I kind of had this too. He says, I was surprised that most of these actors, besides Samara Weaving and Maya Boyd, are mostly known for television.
Ooh, good point. Well,
is that a bad thing?
Navarette, well, you know, so let's get into the cast. Yeah, I think, look, TV actors are cheap, let's be honest. So, you know, they're going young. So if this is going to be a new franchise, they need young actors to be around who are cheap. Mm-hmm. They can't pay for these big name stars anymore. I mean, the only name star in this is Adam Driver, and he's playing the villain, Mr. Sinister. Some people, there was rumors that he's going to play Magneto, but that was too big of a star. It's like, no, we're not paying nobody. Matter of fact, the guy who's playing Professor X is Christopher Abbott. I didn't even know who he was.
Who is he?
Exactly. I've never seen him before. And then they got, and then the rumor was that Maya Boyd playing Storm, which is awesome. We're gonna have Storm cast. She showed up in Black Panther. If you don't know, Black Panther and Storm got married in the comic books for a brief moment.
Right.
They cast her. The rumor was they were going to Jamie Lawson, who showed up in Sinners. You know, remember the young lady that was seducing the main singer?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Jamie Lawson. I thought that would have been good casting. She's pretty, you know. I think she's a regal presence about her. But they cast an unknown because no one knows who. I was like, Maya Boyd, who is that? So yeah, man, everybody, a lot of folks are here. Like, so we know. I've seen Kit Connor before. He's been in some stuff. As Scott Summers, Samara Weaving. You know who that is? She's a daughter of. There's a nepo baby here.
Yeah, I can't think of the guy's name.
Hugo Weaving from from Matrix. Yep, that's it. That's his daughter. She's playing Emma Frost, which, you know, any blonde, you know, decent looking young lady can make a great Emma Frost. Let's be honest. Except for Jeremy Jones, she kind of left it. And that was
I was about to say.
But that's an interesting character. Have you watched the latest X-97?
No, I haven't.
She shows up in there, and I was like, oh, that's she comes off like, you know, I could care less. Just like, look, I got my stuff going on. Y'all do your thing, saving the world. I'm just trying to get this guap. And it's like, that's Emma Frost, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
she cares, and for a hot second every now and then, but for the most part, she could care less. And so anyway, so that's Emma Frost. So we'll see. And then the big reveal was Indy Navarette. Did you ever watch Obsession yet? The movie?
No,
The big
no, but I remember we were talking about Indy Navarette.
Yeah, man. She's been the breakout star all year, so this is the first big project. Yes, she's jumping on. Why not, man? You didn't get paid for nothing. I mean, she probably got paid in soup to do that movie, just to say, hey, I did a horror film. Got some acting credit. Ends up being the biggest horror movie of the year. Made over $280 million, and
Yeah.
that's like, oh man, so let me use this. Let me spend this capital, spend that shit. She said, let me spend it on get into X-Men movie. Good for her.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not mad at this. If we're talking about X-Men, the new generation, the supposedly a fresh look at things, getting people that are popping in from television and Broadway. Thanks, Geek Ledger for that one. You know, Emma, not Emma. Maya is coming in from Broadway, getting people from
Mhm.
different areas and literally giving not just a different look, but a different feel to these characters with somebody younger, somebody more interesting. And Mr. Sinister, I think, is a great choice for Adam Driver. I think they could play well with that, just as long as they don't screw it up like they did with Kang, the Conqueror. But
Oh well, I mean, it was decent. I thought he was great in Loki season.
no, he was great, but they screwed. Man, how you gonna have a big ass character like that get bested by Ant-Man the way it happened? It's
Yeah,
like it's like
and that was before the controversy. Yeah, you're right. They get,
yeah. I'm like,
but that was, but always the cop out is what.
there's
That's a
another one.
version of him. Yeah, there's another one. That was a weaker version of it. There's
Yeah,
another one in the time stream, or in a I guess King exists in different time zones as well as different multi universes. So it's kind of like, just pick them up earlier, later, Anyway, so yeah, I agree. So yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at it. Mr. Sinister, I thought the design was killer, man. I just never got his whole deal. He had remember that sugar dude, with the little arms, and I was like, that was like one of his pets he created, and that, it was just like, you remember that dude? Was it Mr. Sugar? You know what I'm talking about? X-Men.
no, I don't know who you're talking about.
Dude, don't make me look it up. Don't make me look it up. Oh man, my computer is going super slow, guys. I'm gonna stop everything. I gotta stop sharing. But anyway, so I'll look it up later and maybe share it on the screen. But yeah, man, Mr. Man, come on, someone in the comments, man. Y'all know
Okay,
who I'm talking
who is
about.
the sugar dude that showed up with Mr. Sinister in the comics? How about that? We can't just have these things floating around, because then I wonder about it, you wonder about it. It's too many open loops. Sugar Man, okay.
See? You act like I don't know. Look at his face.
I
Look
I
at
didn't
him.
say you didn't know. I just said I
You
couldn't
act like I didn't know
remember.
what I was talking about. Look at that dude. Look crazy. So real see, dude, this is I'm gonna show my cred. Reason I remember him, because there was a comic. Remember there was a comic I think I started reading in college. It was called Age of Apocalypse. And in that,
Uh-huh.
the premise was Age of Apocalypse, that Charles Xavier got killed. And because he got killed, Apocalypse took over the whole world. And so his agenda happened earlier. So he was basically, stronger, what do you call it? The survival of the fittest. And so they canceled all the old X-Men comics and they brought back new ones. And they had X-Men got replaced by
Mm-hmm.
X-Men. So X-Men was Nathan Summers before he became Cable, but he didn't have the
Yeah.
technovirus. So he was super powerful. And then they had, Mr. Sinister. They had this character, Sugar Man, who was basically the lapdog of, of Sinister. And so the comic was, and then they had Wolverine out here with Jean Grey hanging out. And he finally got his wish. and then Magneto was out here with Rogue. So it was like that's where X-Men 97 got that whole Magneto and Rogue together, because that they were in that comic book series. So anyway, make a long story short, they ended that timeline, and they were the only people who survived was Sugar Man, the Mr. Sinister from that timeline, and I forgot who. Oh, and then Nathan Summers, who was Cable without the technovirus. And so he popped up, and he was hanging with the Morlocks. Remember the Morlocks? The ugly mutants that couldn't live in society, polite society. So anyway, make a long story short, so I thought that was kind of interesting concept. But so Mr. Sinister was always a interesting character. I guess he was a regular dude, but he was so obsessed with evolution that he started, doing some shenanigans with folks. And he created, and he's been obsessed with the genes of Scott Summers. And he showed up in X-23. He showed up in X-97 too, because I don't know if you remember, he created Madeline what's her name, Pryor, who's a clone of Jean Grey, and she was the one that had the baby of Cable. Well, so anyway, so my lore goes deep, guys. So sorry, I didn't mean to. So actually,
in the third reprinting, they actually changed the final panel to say,
Miss Sugarman. I love him. So
no, I actually remember the guy when I saw the 4 arms and the head. And I was like,
anything to say? Can you hear me? Did I totally cap out? I think I lost Mr. Benja, guys.
No.
Can you hear me?
Goodness.
Yes, we lost him, guys. Fine. I don't know if I'm around, if he's around, somebody's not around. But yeah, so I think so we're super excited about these X-Men coming out. Kind of seeing what the next steps could look like for these X-Men. Mr. Benja, any thoughts?
Yeah, man. Am I even here? I thought I was here.
Yeah, so Mr. Benja, for some reason we can't hear you. So I'm glad you can hear me.
Can you see me moving?
But yeah, I think I lost you. So I don't know if it's on my side, your side, but this is what we do, guys. Look, internet comes up, stuff happens. Yeah, we just keep it moving. So we're gonna keep it moving on this one. So yeah, any other questions, guys? Definitely thank you for listening about the X-Men D23 experience. I think me and Mr. Benja are super excited. You definitely, Mr. Benja, you are moving. I can see you. I can see you moving.
That's weird.
Yes, you are. I'm gonna talk like Yoda over here, guys. So I think we're trying to figure out how to get Mr. Benja back. I think we have one more section to go in, but we'll figure that out. So I think what the thing we're trying to figure out is are we excited about X-Men? Sure. I mean, I'm always excited about X-Men. I mean, if the characters are good, and we see that there's we've been looking for X-Men from Disney for forever. Once Disney bought Fox, there's been rumors that they were going to do their own version of X-Men, and we've been looking for that. But unfortunately now, Marvel or the MCU is down and out. So it's kind of like, do we trust them to run a new X-Men story? So that's the thing. And let's be honest, we've seen a lot of these stories over and over and over and over again. Some have been terrible, like what's it called? Jean Grey, when the Phoenix Force took over for her. I think they did it twice in the Fox one, and then they did it in the Mr. Benja. It was terrible. They did in the Fox one, and then they did it in the more recent one where they rebooted to the younger version, and that was terrible. So it's kind of like, oh, man, they just can't do it right. So are they going to do it again? I don't know if I want to see that. So many great stories with X-Men. I'm just trying to figure out which ones they're going to, for this new untitled. Well, if it's Mr. Sinister, I'm trying to think. Is there Mr. Benja would know better than me? Is there a definitive Mr. Sinister storyline with the X-Men? Maybe something with Scott Summers. Maybe that's why they had to get Jean Grey first and Scott Summers, right? Because they're trying to do a Cable storyline. Sure. He showed up in Deadpool, but it was terrible. Yeah. So I don't know, man. So yes, he's definitive. Yeah, I mean, with Adam Driver getting cast as Mr. Sinister, um, I always think about this cool X-Men cover. They had all the heroes on the front end. I think it was Jim Lee. I don't know if you remember this one, Mr. Benja. And he was Jim Lee, and he was all the heroes on the front cover. He turned it on the backside. It's all the villains. They had Apocalypse, Mr. Sinister. They had Omega Red. They had all these folks in there, man. I was like, yes. I was like, man. So, matter of fact, I gotta find that picture, man. One day I will. So yeah. So that's kind of the things I'm seeing here. That revolves around him, except for with Nate Summers. Yeah, I agree. There's everything else felt smaller. Yeah, I agree. He's all about the Summers connection. So I think his connection. I mean, and he saw how I think they kind of did a one. I mean, obviously we knew who Jean Grey was going to be, was first, and then they did Scott. So time to talk about Cable. So talking about going to the future, hanging with the Ashaki. Is that what they were called? The Ashakis? The tribe,
Right.
far future on the apocalypse. So, but are they gonna bring back Apocalypse? I mean, it's like Apocalypse was terrible. Oh my god, that was terrible. So I hope they don't do that again. Oscar Isaac with the no Nick looking self. Survivor of the fittest. That was terrible. Yeah, they gotta bring back Apocalypse then if they're gonna do that storyline. So we'll see. It's a head scratcher, Mr. Bench. It's a head scratcher, Yeah, so he says everything seems fine on his side. That's interesting, guys. So well, I don't yeah, we're gonna wrap up, guys. So Mr. Benja, man, sorry we lost you, but we see you, we feel you. Look, guys,
I don't know
so
what's happening, man.
are we super excited about D3? Mr. Benja, thumbs up, thumbs down. I mean,
No.
I think I am. It's getting some bubbling. He said what? He said he's trying to figure it out. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Not excited. Oh, damn. So guys, yeah, so this is kind of what we're thinking. So yeah, he's thumbs down, I'm thumbs up. So I feel like, hey, this is something that it looks pretty promising for me. So I think X-Men is always good, good time. I mean, let's be honest. It was them, and then it was Spider-Man in early 2000s. So X-Men have a special heart. And then the X-Men cartoon, we remember those back in the day. And then, that's why they bring back X-Men 97. So, and then in the 90s, they were running things in the comic book shop. I mean, who didn't read a Wolverine story or X-Men story? They weren't my favorite characters. I always was a Spider-Man guy and Batman guy, but something about the X-Men, and then obviously they always use the allegory of Martin Luther King versus as Charles Xavier and Magneto as Malcolm X, right? That's kind of like their story. Like they're fight for their people when they got different sides, but they want the same thing. So that's always the thing that they go after. But anyway, guys, look, this is what we do every week. We talk about the show side, the business side, why it's all important, what's going on in pop culture, get people excited. Hopefully you guys like what we do here. Look, Mr. Benja can comment right now, but definitely he's got a lot of opinions. So,
I think
if you want to flame him, go ahead, because he can't comment right now, so he can just take it. I'll just say Mr. Benja said it wasn't me. So guys, if you like this type of comment, please like, subscribe, and comment at Show vs. Business on X, Threads, YouTube, and Instagram. Listen to us at Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Visit us on our website at Show vs. Business to learn more. Any comments, ideas about content you want us to reach out, any comments, ideas about content you want us to react to, just let us know below. We'll comment and let you know. We love it. We just get some comments today, and thank you for some of the watchers on the live channel. All right, everyone, have a good one. I say it for Mr. Benja. Peace.